Hi everyone, it's Desiree. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me for another video. Today I wanted to go over old planners, old outdated planners that I know a lot of us have, because if you're like me, you buy a lot of planners and sometimes you don't use them all and they kind of just sit on the shelf and collect dust. So I have a lot of extra planners also because I was on the Happy Planner Squad last year and they sent me a lot of products. So I did have a lot more planners than I normally had in the past. So I want to go over like different ways that you can repurpose the planners instead of like throwing them away, kind of give them new life and try to use what you have and, you know, see if some of these ideas will maybe work with what you have in your stash. So yeah, I'm going to go over, I think about 10 different ideas I think I came up with that you can use hopefully to repurpose those outdated planners. All right, so the first way, I feel it's the most basic way that you can reuse some of these pages, is to just redate them and make them work for the current week that you're in or the current year that you're in, and just redate this so it matches up to the correct days. So that's really, really simple to do. I mean, all you really need is some whiteout, which I like to use the Tombow just to cover up these days right here. I mean, if you wanted to change the month too, you could totally change that as well with some whiteout. And then grab like some type of dating sticker book that you can date this. Let's say this is for February, and you can do some new dates for this spread. Pretty easy. There's a lot of sticker books that have numbers in them that you can use, and then you'll be able to use these pages for a February spread instead of April of, I think this planner is from like 2 years ago. But yeah, just redate your planner and then you can use it, and then either like you can use it, or another option is to share the wealth when it comes to all your extra planners. And if you know somebody who kind of might be wanting to get into planning, but maybe they're not sure which layout they want to use, or what size planner they would want to use, you can take like the different layouts that you have, redate them for them, so that way they can test them out for themselves before they, you know, decide to spend money on a full planner. So I have a ton of extra pages for like horizontal, big, mini, like I have a bunch of different sizes of paper, and I could totally redate this, give a few of these sheets to somebody who wants to get into planning, and that way they can test it out for themselves. So that's another option too. You can either redate it for yourself, or you can redate it for somebody else who is interested in planning, or even somebody who is into planning and wants like a new planner. It can be redated. Yeah, if you find a new like marker or pen that you want to try out in your planner, you could do some pen tests. I know that sometimes the paper, like people have said that the paper quality has changed, and I guess if you don't have like a current planner, maybe it won't test as well as, like, they might test differently, the paper quality. But I feel like this is a good way to at least kind of get an idea of how like certain pens and markers will act on this paper. I know people have said that there's different quality or different paper quality. I haven't had any issues, but I just use a regular pen. I don't use Papermate flares anymore. I don't really use markers in my planner anymore, so I haven't noticed a change because I'm just using a regular pen, and they don't bleed through. But you can test out like your mild liners to see how those are gonna work, kind of do some test swatches to see how they look on your page. One thing that I've been wanting, yeah, so you can kind of see if it like ghosts or if it bleeds through, bled through a little bit right there. But you can also test out things that I actually haven't ever tried in my planner. I'm pretty sure these are gonna bleed through, but I kind of want to see. These are from Archer and Olive, and I just want to see how they work in this planner. Okay, sorry, I had to get that pen working a little bit better. Let it shake down. All right, so yeah, you could do like a pen test to see how these will act in the paper, because actually I don't even know, I never used this in here. Oh, it doesn't bleed through actually. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know that it doesn't bleed through. But yeah, you could just use the extra paper just to test things out. Actually test out anything on these just to see how it will work in this spread, and so you have a better idea of how it might act in your current planner. All right, another idea I had was to use the monthly, like you could reuse the monthlies in an old planner. You just have to like redate it to the current month and the current year and all of that. But once you do that, you'll be able to repurpose the monthly. So I had a few ideas on like what you could possibly do on the monthlies. So one thing is you can do like a little snapshot of the day, like just mark something that happened in the day. It doesn't have to be anything big, but maybe like a little memory keeping on each day of something that you did, or even like the weather, went out to eat dinner at In-N-Out, that kind of thing. And just like try to find a sticker that corresponds. It's always a fun way to use your stickers too. And then you can write in like what you did. So that's one idea, to fill up this whole thing with like a little memory from the day would be so cool. I've always wanted to do that, but I haven't actually gotten to actually do it. But you can use your monthly, because for me, I use my monthly currently as it's a functional page for me, and I don't want to get rid of that in order to do this. But if you have extra monthly pages like this that you don't have you can use, then this is a good idea to use these in that way. So the next thing I was thinking was like a cleaning schedule. On this week I have like a little cleaning schedule, and there was a cleaning sticker book that had all of these like things that have to get done, but you probably don't want to do them, and I definitely wouldn't want to do them all in one day. So they're like the not fun thing. Well, cleaning isn't fun, but these are like the more like deep cleaning kind of things, like organizing the pantry, vacuum under the furniture, organize the fridge, clean the baseboards, clean the junk drawer, clean the tub and sink, clean the windows, those type of things that you can kind of break them up in each day. You can also do like another like not as big of a task for that day too, just to keep up with the cleaning. So yeah, a little cleaning schedule for the month. I even did like a little, it's kind of like goal setting for the month too. I got these from a goal setting sticker book, so you can track some goal setting. Honestly, you can track a lot of different things. You can really make it fit your lifestyle. Say if you wanted to track like a workout schedule, you can use the monthly to do that as well, to track like when you're doing cardio, when you're doing weight training, when you're having rest days. So that way it's all like on the monthly view. I like seeing that kind of stuff on a monthly view, so you kind of know what you're going to be doing for the month. And then you could also do if you do like any like planner challenges, like hand lettering challenges, you can always write the hand lettering challenge in each box, so that way you have it to reference, and it's already like you already know what's going on in the month, and you can just refer back to these monthly pages and then do your like lettering challenge, whatever challenge it is. You can focus on that for the day. You can also do like habit tracking in each of these days as well. Honestly, there's lots of options that you can use to repurpose this as its own, and not like in a planner. So yeah, the monthly I think would be really cool for a lot of different ideas, and these were some of the ones that I thought of. All right, another thing that you can do is you could take the dividers, and I think it would be cool, like say if you had a whole planner that you hadn't touched and you have all the dividers, is to take all the dividers out like this, and I'm just going to do one example. And then you could cover this up with a piece of paper and do some memory keeping on this side. So I actually do this kind of idea already on my currently, but this would totally work like to repurpose these dividers if you wanted to. Like say if you already use your currently for another purpose and you wanted to do memory keeping, you can always add them in this way. So I like to memory keep, so I would totally do like a memory keeping page, take this onto the divider, and then you could have all the months. You could have July. I'll grab another month too. Here's another empty divider, and you can put another memory keeping page on top of this one. So that way you have a June one. Obviously you would tape them. You'd have a June divider with memory keeping, and then you'll have a July divider with memory keeping. And you can just keep going with that type of idea and just have like dividers with memory keeping pages on the back. Again, that's always like a really cute idea. I love memory keeping and having that in my planner. I do keep my planner, like my classic planner. So I always like when I flip through it, I like seeing some memory keeping pages. And you could totally keep this like in the back of your planner. I mean, you could keep it wherever you want in your planner. It doesn't have to be like with the months. You can always keep them separate from like your planner sections. And then you can have a section with just memory keeping dividers in your planner. And then if you have a planner, I have a lot of planners where I really liked the dividers, and I would keep the dividers because I figured I would probably use them, or they were really pretty and I didn't want to throw them away. So I would suggest, if you have a lot of like planner stuff to, you know, organize it, this is another way to repurpose your old planners, to repurpose the covers, to repurpose the discs. You can make notebooks for filler paper, which I've done a few of those already. You can do notebooks. Here, I have a notebook right here that's just filled with filler paper in here. Just repurposing like an old planner cover and old discs. And then you can store like extra pieces in here. I have a bunch of old planner dividers that I really liked. And what I do with these is, this is more if you're into like, if you do like social media like Instagram and you post planner pictures. So this tip isn't going to be for everybody. It's a little bit more focused on content creators. But I like to take these dividers and keep these to act as props in it's called like a flat lay. So it's basically like a picture where you have, you know, if you're on Instagram, you might know what I'm talking about. But it's like when I take a picture of my planner pages, like my decorated pages, sometimes I add things around the page just to make it a little bit more fun. Sometimes I'll add like a pencil or like some flowers, but I'll also sometimes add like a cute little planner divider that has like a nice image or a color, just to lay off to the side and be like a pop of like interest on the page. So that's why I keep a lot of the covers that or the dividers that I currently have. Anything that I think could work well in a like flat lay, I like to hang on to. And then another thing, this tip is more for everybody, is if you really, really like the dividers, then you can keep them and maybe like frame them, because they work very nicely as some very nice framed artwork. And I've actually have an example of that, because I have taken one of these dividers. I think I have one. Yeah, this one right here. I felt like this was the perfect happy planner divider ever. So I took this and I framed it. So this was actually one of my projects when I was on the Happy Planner Squad during, I think, Earth Day. So I took this divider and I repurposed it into a frame and some artwork. So this is the frame. It's kind of big. But I took the divider, I cut off the tab right here. I cut off, oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't cut these off. What I did was, I'm trying to remember, I cut a piece of scrapbook paper to fit as like a, I don't know what the word is. I know the word, but I can't think of it. But it kind of just covers up the sides of the picture. I believe all pictures come with this. Okay, I think it's a picture frame mat that goes around the picture. So I just cut that to fit around here, so that way I wouldn't see the divider little edge, because I didn't want that in this. And then of course I didn't want the punched edge. So I just cut that out just by measuring, and it looks like a picture now. It doesn't look like a divider. So yeah, I took this and I made it into this and just made a cute little frame to go with it. So there's tons of dividers that are really, I feel like, frame worthy. Like this one's really cute. It says define your passion, nurture your creativity, and take hold of your dreams. If you love a divider and you think that it would work well in a frame, and then you could put that up on in your craft room or wherever your craft stuff is, totally recommend doing this. It's a really cute project, and then you can enjoy that divider that you know, that divider I definitely wasn't going to throw away. This one too. I want to keep that, and now I get to keep it and see it every day in my room, which I really, really like. So yes, that is another way to repurpose these dividers. All right, and then the last way that I'm thinking that I've thought of that you can use these planner pages for, these extra pages for, is to help you like mock up some spreads, or, you know, test out some ideas that you might have, since, you know, you have these pages, and like you could do like rough sketches of this stuff. Actually, let me get a marker. So for me, like I always like to have like a sidebar sticker here. So like sidebar, this is kind of like my go-to, and then I'll have like a picture, some type of like quote here. And then sometimes I'll do like a double box over here, maybe layer that with another box over here, maybe have some like, you know, flower thing going on there. I can do like a some kind of quote circle here, have like checklist here. I could do a checklist here and a checklist here. Yeah, just kind of like map it out. Like, honestly, for me, I'm so used to doing things a certain way that I kind of already have this in my head. I always put a sidebar sticker here. I don't know if you guys have probably noticed. I do certain things all the time in my spreads, but if you're still trying to figure out like how you like to have things in your spread, and if you have a layout like that, you really like the way the boxes were laid out, the checklists were laid out, how you placed everything around the page, you can like do a little sketch of it and have it to reference for later on what you really liked, like how you really like to do a spread. Because yeah, I do kind of do very similar things each time. I always put like some kind of box over here, maybe another layered box over here, some little decoration over here. Yeah, it's funny because like I always feel like they're very similar. They do always look different depending on like the decorative stickers I add, but I feel like I kind of always place like boxes very similarly around the page. It's like kind of my go-to, but they look different because of the decorative elements I'm adding. So yeah, you could test out some spreads. You can even, for me, I like to just make spreads. And for content reasons, if you are a content creator, having extra planners and planner pages is always a great thing to have on hand, because I sometimes will just make a spread for a video. Just for me, I like just using my stickers and trying things out in a video, and I won't use the spread, but at least I've made a spread and kind of given some ideas to some people on how to use some certain stickers, or just because I wanted to use my stickers and have fun with it. It's kind of therapeutic, at least for me. I know for a lot of other people, just to use your stickers. So if you have some extra pages that you can, you know, practice on some new ideas and some new techniques, then definitely use your extra planner pages, your old outdated planners, to try those ideas out. All right, so those were all my ideas. I actually don't even remember how many I did. I'll try to list all the ideas in the description because I can't remember the count, but I'll count them all. But those are all my ideas for how to repurpose some old planners. Let me know down in the comments some of the ways that you like to repurpose your old planners. Yeah, share please if you have any other new ideas. I'd love to hear them. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of my videos, please hit that subscribe button. And I hope to see you on the next one.